Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. Today I have probably the most important tutorial I have ever created, and that's because it concerns legal matters. I'm showing you how to integrate legal policies into your Divi website. So we're using a tool called Termageddon, a really fun name for a legal policy company, Termageddon. And so we are working with them. They have been really nice to work with. For me, I'm using them on all of my websites, and I'm showing you in this tutorial how to integrate their policies into Divi. And it's not as easy as you may think. Plus, I'm going to show you a lot of really clever tricks along the way that I've not seen anyone explain or show. This is kind of like something every Divi user needs. And so go ahead and follow along with our written tutorial along with the video. So over here we have everything explained. We have the prerequisites, which is getting a Termageddon account. You'll need to sign up. Now here's the cool part. If you are building websites for clients, so if you're an agency or a freelancer, you get a free set of policies for your own website. So you need to reach out to them. You will go to their homepage and then go to the bottom. Termageddon, here's all their stuff about the legal stuff. And then let's see, agency partners right here. Click on that. That will take you to a page here. It says free set of policies for web agencies. And basically what they want you to do now is they'll give you a free set, and hey, now you can sell them to your clients, because why not? Charge your clients a monthly or yearly fee for having their legal policies auto updated. Did I mention that? They're auto updated. Maybe I didn't, but that's super important. All right, moving on here. So there's going to be a lot of steps, and it may seem a little long. You can go ahead and use the chapters in the YouTube video or just follow along with each step in the post. It's just something you have to do. But let me tell you, once you do it once, maybe twice, you'll be able to do it on every client site that you face. So like, it's kind of one of those things where if you learn it well the first time, you'll just go ahead and do it. I just got done doing it on 3 of my new product websites that I'm launching, WordPress plugins. And once I did it, I kind of got into like a groove of like, okay, I got the hang of this now. All right, step number 1. So create a page for each policy. Now, this may be obvious, but you need a page for each of the policies to, sit there somewhere. Privacy policy, terms of service, disclaimer, and a cookie policy. So create those 4 pages right now. So I'll just show you, I don't need to show you how to create pages, but let me just show you one. So let's see, privacy policy. Why don't I show you that? So I will just type in the title, and then obviously your back end may be different. So the key here is that we will be using the Divi builder, and there are some Divi builder specific things. So let's go ahead and enable that right now. In fact, that will be step 3 maybe. Yeah. So go ahead and make a page, first of all, step 1 for each of these. But step 2, I'm not showing you how to make your policies. I'm not the expert. Termageddon is the expert. So what I'm doing here is just saying prepare your policies. Once you get to the end of like, here I have it in my screenshot, you can kind of see where it says view embed code. That's what you want. That's what you want to get to. So if you haven't completed the policies, it will prompt you to continue or to assign a license or something like that. Each one of the policies has questions that it will ask you. You will fill in the blank or put a check mark or like a radio button for everything, and then it automatically writes the legal policy for you. So like privacy policy, for example, if I log into my account, I'll click view embed code. That's what I will need for the next step. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I click on the site. So if I click on view embed code, that's going to give me some options. The main thing I want to show you here is under instructions, advanced. Here you have options where you can like hide the title. So if you want to put the title in a text module, for example, then you would hide the title. I like to use accordions instead of tables, but that's up to you. You can try both to see how it looks if you want. Here's just some little preferences. You want to use H3 tags instead of H2, depending on the hierarchy of your site. Left align instead of centering, I like to do that. And then there's other things, but you would just copy this. That's it. This is going to be an embed that goes into your page. Go back to one of the pages. All right, so I'm going to view the page on the front end. I did have to switch websites for my demo, but that's okay. Mid tutorial switch, but that's all right. So here I am on the back end. I prefer to be on the front end, so I'm just going to go there right away here. So just refresh here. Number 3, embed the policies on each page. We're enabling the Divi builder. We're going to add a text module. And then here you can see we're going to paste the code. So I'll set my row and then a text module. In fact, I need 2 text modules. I'll duplicate it. I'm going to open up the second one and click on the text tab, and then you can either delete it or just paste over, and it's going to show you something like this. Please wait while the policy is loaded. If it does not load, click here. Well, that's okay. It's doing this because you're in the Visual Builder, so it's no big deal. But what I wanted to show you is, I should have had this, maybe it's a separate step, but because I chose back here to hide the title, therefore I need to add a title to the page. So what I'm going to do is use this text module for a title, and I'm going to show you a little trick here quick. Click on the dynamic content page archive title, open it back up, and then add a little HTML, say H1 like that, and then closing H1. And now this will be automatically the page title, okay? And it will be an H1. So I'm going to exit the builder just to show you this. All right, so quickly like that, it updates. Here you can see what it does. Here's these like accordions I was talking about. So anyway, that's it. Now, this will say when it was last updated. So if I go in here and I would go and edit the policy details at any given time, you know, then it's going to change the date. The details, like if I choose different criteria, you know, for my website, modify any kind of settings, it's going to like basically update, like rewrite the text. So it's really cool. I don't need to come in here and click edit. It's all happening from my account here after I have it embedded. So it's really cool. Now, I only did it on one page, but you would do it, like I said, on privacy policy, terms of service, disclaimer, and cookie policy, okay? So those 4 would definitely be what you would use. Now, we're done with that, but I did have this link here if you wanted to learn more about what I just did there with the heading. Yeah, repeat step 3 for each policy, yep. All right, step number 4. Set up your legal navigation menu. So what I'm referring to here is a WordPress navigation menu. So we still have this layout at the time of this recording. That's going to change, but all I'm asking you to do now is make a menu, call it legal menu, and add the pages. So go to the back end of your website and click on Appearance, Menus, and now create a new menu. Okay, so we want to call this legal menu. Makes it easy to remember what it is. And create menu. And now those pages that you just added, so privacy policy, terms of service, disclaimer, cookie policy, they should be right here in your most recent. So I'm going to add them to the menu. There you go, perfect. Might want them in my other order. Oops. like that. I'm going to save. Now we are adding the menu with a Divi menu module to your footer. So this here is just explaining, hey, if you don't know about using the theme builder, you really should. There you go. And then here's a little tip, the auto updating footer copyright. You got to check that out. That's a really fun tutorial. So here you can see we are adding a menu module to the footer. Okay, so let's go find that. I'll go to Divi theme builder. All right, so right here, I'm going to just set up a global footer, right? Build global footer. There we go. So this is the theme builder template that will apply to every page now because you want it to, you know, you really do for the legal policy. I'm going to add a menu module. In the menu right here, select the legal menu. Okay, so you may have various amount of menus, that's okay. Legal menu. Now, the next thing, I mean, you could style that however you want. Like here's some examples. I have it centered, I have the menu text underline, and I have a hover collar. So I can show you that really quick. So the menu text I have centered, and then for the menu text I have the, not that one, the menu text color. Let's make it black. Now these are links, so what we can do is when you hover over them, let's make it blue, and let's make them all have an underline. Okay, like that. Perfect. Now, next we are installing their companion plugin. It's called Termageddon plus Usercentrics. So this really helps. It's really great that they have this plugin. So go ahead and install the plugin. You follow all the normal, you know, installing a plugin processes. You go to plugins, add new, and you know, just copy this or type it in, Termageddon, right? And then you'll find it. So plugins, add new, Termageddon, and it'll come up with Usercentrics like that. That's the name of it. Install now. And then after you install it, go ahead and activate it. Now from the plugins list or anywhere in the dashboard, you can go down here to tools and go down here to Termageddon Usercentric from the tools, or if it's in your plugin list, you can click settings. Either way, you got to get to the settings, but they have it under tools if you need to. They have 3 tabs, embed code, settings, and geolocation. So the embed code here, it says, you know, here it's telling you what to do, but your cookie policy and consent solution within your Termageddon account, you will be brought to the view embed code page. We already saw that. Now this is specifically for the cookies. It's not for like those generic terms or like privacy policy and terms and disclaimer. This is for the cookie policy. Okay, this is all that stuff that we got to do because of all these, you know, privacy laws and things like that. So let's go back to the tutorial. We did number 6. Now we're on step number 7. Configure the plugin settings. So like I said, there's an embed tab. That's the first tab. We are going to go back to Termageddon and copy the cookie terms, the cookie policy and consent tool tab, and then view embed code. And now look, there's 3 different ones, right? So here we have the cookie policy, and that's just for embedding it. But over here, look at this, Usercentrics cookie consent tool embedding instructions. Phew, these words are hard on me. This is what we need to copy the second one here. We need to copy this. It's all about Usercentrics. They're teamed up with them. We need to copy that and paste that right here, okay? And then save changes, okay? So the second code for the cookie consent tool, paste right here, okay? It's going to be like 4 different like lines, okay? Now let's continue. Go to settings, and you can continue here. We have it all laid out by tab, embed tab, Settings tab. So first of all, we need to enable some settings here. So hide the widget for, we're going to say, administrators. Also for logged in users, which if you're an admin and you're logged in, that's you both ways. But typically you will want it to look like that, where admins and editors, logged in users are all hiding the widget, because you don't want this cookie consent thing appearing when you're trying to work on your website. Now, here's an interesting thing. I have it noted here. Notice that since we are using Divi, it is required that at least one of these settings be enabled. Well, that's no problem because, you know, we want them enabled anyway. But it's interesting if you're using Divi theme. Apparently there was like some, I don't know. Actually, I remember when I first tried this the very first time, I did not have these enabled. And I could not enable the visual builder. That's it. It was blocking the visual builder because it was trying to load something with this cookie thing. Anyway, make sure those are enabled when we're using Divi. Okay. All right, moving on. Then, oh yeah, we have to, one more setting here. It's hide privacy setting link when the cookie consent tool is active. Okay. So there's the cookie policy. There's also settings for users to edit which things they agree to. Things, a great legal term, but you know what I mean. There's your 4 pages, right? The terms, the policy, and all that. The cookie page. There's also a link that we are going to add, and that's the rest of this tutorial. Adding this special link. This special link allows users, when they're on your website, to edit their preferences and what they are allowing. Okay. So let's go to that. Well, we already did it, but number 8 is about this. The geolocation tab is not really related to our tutorial. I'm going to save. So that, and then save. Okay. Yeah, this tab is not related to our tutorial, but it's something that you probably want to use. It's just something that, based on all of these different countries, where if you're only doing like a local business in, Pennsylvania, sure, you might not need to do these, but for me, where I'm selling like products all over the world, I need to do this. So I'm going to save changes. Step number 8 is this cookie settings link. And at first I had a lot of trouble figuring this out, and I went back and forth with Hans from Termageddon. He's awesome, by the way. You'll end up talking with him if you have questions. But I went back and forth trying to figure out what was the best way to do this. What was the most efficient and just the best way to do this in Divi? You're going to be presented with some information. I keep clicking the wrong tab. Right here in the settings tab. Things here about this shortcode. There's stuff about a shortcode, and then here's some information about an alternative link. It might even say about Divi in the footer. Well, that's when you're not using the theme builder. So here's a link that you could put there. So you could use a shortcode or a link. But, for me, I don't want this link randomly placed on my website. I want the link to be in my menu. I mean, why not, right? I want it to be another link right here that says cookie settings or something like that, right? I just want it to be in my menu because that's going to keep it so simple. However, that is not possible by default without my trick that I'm going to show you. So let's follow along. Here you can read about my process that I went through trying to figure out what I was going to do. Well, I found a trick, and I shared it with Hans and Termageddon, and they were really excited about it. So I told them I was going to share it here and for all the world to know. Okay. We are going to install another plugin. It's called Shortcode in Menus. It does exactly what it sounds like it's going to do. It enables shortcodes in the navigation menu. So go ahead and look for and install Shortcode in menus. Shortcode in menus. There it is. Next, we are going to actually add the shortcode, and this is the last step, okay? So there's a couple important things here. So go back to your legal menu under appearance, menus, right? And you're going to have these 4 items. Now we need to add a custom item. So under custom links, go ahead for the URL, write a hash, and then for the link is where we're putting the shortcode, right here. So we're adding the hash symbol, and now we're pasting the shortcode, and it's this one here. I'll make it here available to copy, but UC privacy settings, and it's actually also available on their page. Yeah, right here. So yeah, like I said, I'll make this available for you to click and copy, but for now, right there it is. UC privacy settings. Now I click add to menu, and it moves it over here. Now, very important, go here and drop that down, and then remove that hash symbol. You cannot have it there, okay? So there you have it. Now this is another menu item. So it's going to show right here. You'll click it, and then the window will pop up, and you'll be able to edit all the settings, okay? Now, this is, believe it or not, the end of the tutorial. I know that was a lot, but like I said at the beginning, once you do this once, maybe twice, it's going to become second nature and become really easy, especially if you have clients and you're setting this up for clients. Remember, you can charge a client to set up all these very, very, very important legal pages. And then you can have them subscribe to like a yearly plan to cover the cost of it that you're paying for the license, which is not that much, to Termageddon. But they have a really great program where they actually help you decide on the pricing for selling to your clients. So it's really cool. So it's kind of like a win-win-win. Like it's a win for Termageddon, it's a win for you as an agency, especially with your free policies. It's a win because you're making recurring income, and then it's a win for your clients because now they're covered. So it's like I said, it's a big win-win-win for everyone. So I hope this tutorial was helpful, and it's probably helpful even if you're not using Divi. It's pretty similar things. But those little tricks with the shortcode in the menu, I think were the icing on top. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Do let me know, and do click on my affiliate link. That's going to majorly help me. It's also going to show Hans over at Termageddon that, hey, you clicked on my link, because he helped me set all that up. He was hoping that I would send people over. And again, if you have questions, you can contact them. But yeah, definitely use my link on the blog post to click over to there. I would really appreciate that, and all the things, subscribe. And we usually do shorter Divi tutorials, but this one needed to be thorough. All right, well, we'll see you all in the next video.